Some things take time for it to get removed. One of those are belief, beliefs. One of those are ideologies, mindset, um, habits, lifestyle. Those are the chains or the stuff that we are still stuck with. And it takes time for it to get removed. It takes time for it to get cut, right? Those chains won't get easily cut, right? So good evening, and let's just meditate on certain things. So bad habits like procrastination. Procrastination is a bad thing because you're basically wasting your life. Doom scrolling, you have a problem with your dopamine system or your or where you get your pleasure from, right? If you get pleasure from notification or from the short-term pleasures, right? Just like the reels, the short videos on YouTube, it's not going to last you long. It's not for everlasting, right? What I do have an idea is to build or is to switch that dopamine to a more fulfilling one. For example, like workout, a skill, or anything, something like that. Because that is more long term, profound. Like, for example, right now I'm thinking of just making it a habit to bike every day, daily, so that I feel exercised, I feel relieved, I feel more like I am getting out more. And once you are getting out more, you are more exposed to experiences, discovering new places, um, encountering people, right? There's a phrase that I've read before from a book. Title is The Power of Now. And the phrase goes like, don't seek outside for pleasure, security, validation, because because inside there's a treasure in you, right? That is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and strength. And you have also the Most High who dwells in you, as long as you take care of your temple, which is your body. Because if you're not going to take care of that, it's going to leave you, right? That's why build those healthy habits. The healthy habit of working out, exercise, right? Writing, right? Speaking also, and speaking because you're able to reason, right? And one of the things that I love about the Bible is when you meditate on it or reason with it, the Most High God will build your mind, right? Sirach chapter 6 verse 37 says that let your mind be continually upon the ordinances of the Lord, and He will build your heart or build your mind. So let's build that every day, right? So right now it's just a setting of the right expectation. That some mindset may take time. So once we fix that expectation, we can then have we lessen the chances of frustration. Because once you have a less frustration, right, you have more energy to focus on other things while you are fixing that mindset. So the mindset that I was like meditating on or trying to take down is the mindset of laziness. There are some times that, or excuse me, procrastination. There are times that you just don't, or most of the time actually, you find it hard to do things, you're not motivated, or something like that, right? And it just, you know, I don't know, it just feels like, a person must build something, especially men, because if men are not building something, they are fragmented. A man must have goals, and men should build towards that goal, right? It's like being inside the tunnel. You need to get out of that tunnel, right? The end of the tunnel. It's the same as building something. You build towards in order to reach something, right? So that's something to pray for, to work on. I guess the first thing to do is really release yourself from the negative pleasures, right? Such as your phone, your doom scrolling, right? There was a time that I was buying this recorder, right? But it's my fault that I can't find it again, because I prefer to use a recorder rather than this phone, because we end up always doom scrolling afterwards. So just slowly building on that, and eventually we might find something to be improved on. But so far, this is what we can do, is to meditate and contemplate on certain things, right? So that's my meditation for today, that some chains or some attachments won't get easily cut. So you slowly, examine yourself which part is the easiest to cut. So you can fully remove that spirit of procrastination, because it's still attached to a dopamine or wrong dopamine, right? Doom scrolling, short videos, right? And we don't want that, because it's not gonna give you a fulfilling life, right? So I guess to defeat procrastination is to also fix your environment, right? I guess that's the thing. This is a good contemplation, because you are allowed to think around on something, right? And that's something that hopefully we achieve, right? Because procrastination sucks, really. And I think most of it really, it's in the mind, and it's something that I'm trying to deal with, but at the end of the day, all praises to the Most High, right? Through Christ. Yes, we are able to meditate, we have a mind that can think, we are fed every day. We just have to think about the good stuff and the good dopamine, right? The long term, right? For example, like speaking, right? Right now, this feels good because you're trying to reason something and you're solving a problem, right? Life gives you a lot of problems, and if you have the ability to always solve certain problems, right, or most problems, you will of course have less problem, less burden, less weight, less weight, more light, right? And with more light, it's more easy to move, right, and have fun, right? So that's something really to think about, and we should think about it, right? So that we can fix our mindset, we can set expectations, so we get less frustrated, right? Because sometimes it does affect your flow when you don't know what to expect, right? That certain spirits needs to get loose on a certain time, right? Might take a while, right? But through the Spirit of the Most High, through Christ, we are able to do it. So thank you for listening, and hopefully we can do this again tomorrow, and let's make it a habit, right? So we can have this fulfilling pleasure as a habit, right? So thank you and have a nice evening.